Once upon a time, in a small village located between rolling hills, lived a man named Kale. Kale's life was a series of failures. While his neighbor's kraals overflowed with healthy, bleating livestock, his own remained quiet and empty. Each day he toiled, but his efforts yielded nothing but dust and disappointment. His spirit, once hopeful, was now as barren as his land. The weight of his poverty was a constant, heavy cloak he couldn't shed. One sweltering afternoon, seeking refuge from the sun and his own despair, Kale lay on his mat, his mind a whirlwind of troubled thoughts. "What have I done wrong?" he whispered to the empty hut. "Why does fortune favor everyone but me? Is there truly a God who sees my suffering?" As sleep finally claimed him, his desperate plea did not go unheard, but it wasn't a benevolent spirit that listened. A cunning, dark entity, sensing an opportunity, wove itself into Kale's dream. It took on a form it knew Kale would trust, the warm, smiling face of his late grandfather, a man he had loved more than any other. In the dream, the grandfather stood before him, his eyes full of a strange, glittering pity. "My son," the apparition said, its voice a perfect echo of the one Kale missed so dearly. "I have watched you from beyond. I have seen your struggle, your heartache. It pains me to see you this way. I have an offer for you, a simple pact. If you agree, you will become richer than any of your neighbors. Your life of struggle will end." Kale's heart leaped. Tears welled in his eyes as he reached out. "Grandfather, it's really you. Oh, how I have missed you. How are you? Where have you been?" The figure smiled, a gentle, reassuring expression that hid a terrible lie. "Do not worry for me, my boy. I am well. I am in a place of great power, close to the source of all things. I can grant you what you desire." He leaned closer, his voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper. "But power requires a promise, a covenant. For every child born into our family from this day forward, you must perform a ritual. You will take a sharp blade and make small incisions on their face. Your livestock will multiply. Your wealth will grow beyond your wildest dreams." Kale, blinded by grief and desperation, felt a surge of hope. I agree to anything. But how does it work? What must I do?" But before he could ask more, the image of his grandfather flickered and dissolved into mist, leaving Kale alone in the dream's silence. He awoke with a jolt, the dream clinging to him like a second skin. Its details were so vivid, so real. It felt less like a dream and more like a visitation. Just then, news came from his brother's hut. A new baby had been born during the night, a healthy boy. Kale's heart pounded in his chest. It was a sign. Without hesitation, he rose. "Everyone gather," he called out, his voice filled with a newfound unsettling authority. "Bring me the sharpest razor and follow me to the kraal, the family members." Accustomed to Kale's quiet failures, were surprised by his sudden command. Yet there was a strange power in his voice they dared not question. They followed him to the dusty, empty livestock enclosure. The baby's mother, holding her newborn, looked on with uncertainty, but Cale's determined gaze quelled her doubts. He took the infant gently in his arms. With the razor glinting in the harsh sunlight, he made 3 swift, shallow cuts on the baby's soft cheek. The child let out a sharp cry. Tiny beads of blood welled up and dripped onto the dry, cracked earth below. The moment the blood touched the ground, a silent, invisible pact was sealed. A tremor, unfelt by anyone else, ran through the land. The covenant was made. And from that day on, everything changed. A lone goat appeared in his kraal, then another. Soon, cattle followed, multiplying at an impossible rate. Cale's wealth grew, and he became the most prosperous man in the village. But as he looked at the faint scars on the child's face, a mark he would have to place on every future generation, a cold dread began to coil in his heart. He had his riches, but what was the true cost of his covenant? To see what happens next, and to uncover the dark secret behind Cale's newfound fortune, stay tuned. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more stories. The lesson for today is from Leviticus 19:31. Give no regard to mediums and familiar spirits. Do not seek after them to be defiled by them. I am the Lord your God.